All right, guys, gals, binary pals, let's give a round of applause for Babylon and Bill, the Fajita, who are coming back for our next block.
It seems fitting. Yep.
All right. Sweet. Welcome in. Ready? Look at these controllers. Okay.
I figured it was called the Stacked Game Marathon. You know what I'm saying? All right, are we live on the internet?
Hey. Are we on the roads, guys?
Awesome. All right, I figured it was the Stacked Game Marathon, so I'd start with some stacks. You know, got some stacks of controllers. Have you ever found yourself with a broken controller and asked yourself, where did all of my buttons go? Or your little brother comes up and steals the sticks out of your controller and you ask, how can I ever play this game again? Well, if you've asked that question or a load of other possible nonsensical questions, do I have the answer for you? Custom controllers. Also, before we fully dive into this, we owe a really big thank you to the man himself, Odie. Thank you for managing everything behind the scenes, because I'm sure you're super thankful that I was accidentally streaming in the wrong... I was streaming 1080p, not 720. So, thank you for saving us. Anyways, so... You are living in the golden age of custom controllers. These buttons right here are full of sparkles. See that? There are all sorts of awesome people making all sorts of awesome things. I mean, Bobo herself would be the first to tell you that you can go to Etsy and find some neat stuff. Shout outs to Bobo. But, yeah, so you can buy amazing things for controllers now. And these things right here can cost you like $80 or more. As time goes on, they get more and more expensive. So I, over the pandemic, decided it was time to learn how to fix controllers. In the process, found all these really cool things. You can buy custom buttons from different places. So what I'm going to show you how to do today is how to swap a couple of parts on a Pro controller and a GameCube controller. Here are some cool ones. This one's for Thrill House. There is a certain baseball team that he's a fan of. Color-coded for them. Got the Mets controller right here. This is Spice, by the way. Nintendo calls that Spice. Let's see, we've got this one here. We might have someone in the chat knows what that button is. I would imagine someone who just did a speed run probably knows what that is. Can you see that? That nice little, that little pretty mushroom right there. I got that focus. There you go. Got a little mushroom hiding in there. So there are resin artists that can make all kinds of things. You can get custom shells, green and gold, because if you look at my little Tempest logo, it's there. So how do we make these sweet controllers? Silver and green. So you're gonna buy yourself a tri-wing screwdriver for like $3 on Amazon and get to work. So we are going to be swapping out first this set of buttons here. They are brass and gold and black. So unscrew the back of your controller here. You get to look at the inside, the guts of a GameCube controller today.
Nice.
We've been talking about guts in other places, so I figured it would be appropriate here. Pull off the back of this controller here. Hey Bill, how is the Seahawks controller doing?
Listen, the blue and green and silver controller that you made is the only controller that I use.
Beautiful.
Doing better than the actual Seahawks.
Woo!
Listen, we don't talk about it, but you're 100% correct.
Listen, Derek, I'm happy you said it and not me.
I knew you were both thinking it, all right?
Well, I couldn't ask you how the Seahawks are doing because that's just mean.
Right, and I won't bring up the Mets.
I brought up the Mets. Come on, let it be.
I'm just glad we made the playoffs.
Me too. All right. Fun fact. On the inside of this controller, you have a little motor for the rumble. You can take your cell phone motor out and put it in here now. because of the fantastic folks modding these controllers. These are the guts of a GameCube controller. So you got this little spot here with little buttons. You push it. It pushes this little pad here. And it pushes this little pad onto here. This is what your controller actually looks like. See, it's important what's on the inside. That's what my mom always told me. Nice and pretty. Although I've seen a lot of controllers. I don't know if you actually want to look like the inside of your controllers. Some of them are looking kind of I don't know, we'll go with like grouchy. Alright, so once you got those parts out there, you may notice everything fits into a slot nice and evenly. You can buy these as kits online, and they will just give you all of it. They're custom-made resin parts. So these ones are nice, like a brass color. If you're feeling extra spicy, you can buy pieces that have literal gold in them. Somebody decided they were going to make a gold-painted controller, and they put actual gold in the controller. So we're going to drop our buttons in here. Go one at a time. We got our D-pad. We're going to take the sticks off last. Slot our buttons in here. Careful with how I say that out loud. Dropping those in.
Hey, not to interrupt.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that
Yes.
you maybe have our audio off?
That I have our audio off?
Because I've been told that myself is not, I'm not audible on your guys' end.
How about that?
I guess we'll find out. I'll get a thumbs up or a thumbs down. But keep on keeping on.
All right, I'm going to keep on keeping on. We're going to see if that fixed it.
Alrighty. It's the Mets, baby. It's just what I'm going to say here.
The Mets, baby!
And maybe they'll look over at me and give me a thumbs up. But
Okay, good.
let's build this
I
controller.
swapped around some inputs to see if that would fix anything. All right.
Sounds good.
Oh, can't forget the start button. All right, we're going to put our little pads back on. This one's going to look nice. The white shells with the darker colors look really nice.
The white shells are just so clean, just in general.
Okay, that is why they are really expensive, which is why we need to preserve these things, because rather than spending $100 on a new controller, being able to swap out parts a lot cheaper. I'm going to put our new sticks on so that we can say what all the commentators love to say. On the sticks, there's like this tiny little spot here. You line up the pieces. There we go. Today we're going to learn how many people have ever seen the guts of a controller. Probably not many. So fun fact, the GameCube controller and the Pro controller, you can actually swap out a Pro controller stick for a GameCube controller stick. Accidentally learned that. They reuse their parts for a lot of things. If we have enough time to get through the Pro controller, they use a 3DS battery on the inside of a Pro controller for their battery. They are actually the same thing.
That's cool.
It's also kind of weird if you think about it, because they're separated by a long period of time. Okay.
Yeah.
Line that up, pop that in. Nice little click noise tells you that it's there. We'll put on our new back. So that clicks, it clicks. Line up those parts. While I'm doing this, you can, if you go on Etsy, literally look up just GameCube controller parts. If you type in buttons, you can literally find hundreds of different artists. And there we
Honestly,
go.
Etsy's been kind of like a secret gaming supply paradise. I got a Hey You Pikachu mic on Etsy, and they also sell used games on Etsy now.
You can also buy amiibo strips and chips and all kinds of cool stuff. It is unreal what you can get on there.
Yo, eBay kick rocks. It's Etsy season.
Etsy season. I mean, that's why I have I've got my nice little Tamagotchi from Madame Wario. We support the homies on the Etsys. That piece is stuck. There we go. Cool. All right. Pop the shell back on. Flip it over, and we've got our nice black and gold here. I'm going to pop these screws in, and we're going to switch it over to the Pro Controller. So, you know how controller drift really sucks? The answer is yes to that one. I'm pretty sure everyone knows controller drift sucks. So, you can buy new pieces, and you can swap them out yourself if you know how. I'm just going to shut that one. Bam. Close up. Now we got black and gold.
Ooh.
Beautiful. The Pro Controller is a little bit different. You don't need to buy new screwdrivers for those. These, use the regular ones you're probably used to. So, on this controller here, you might notice the sticks are all messed up. They're sticky.
Oh, you hate it.
Really like it if I could.
I want to throw that controller in the dumpster.
Yeah, this one, the sticks are looking a little bit worn out. They're peeling. So we're going to swap those out because we respect ourselves as gamers here.
How
so you're going to take
you.
a tiny little Phillips screwdriver, the same you'd use for pretty much anything else. And on the bottom here, we are going to pop off the feet. It's a screw on each leg.
I'm sorry, are you exposing feet on stream right now?
Listen, we had only ghosts, only cats, and now we have only controller innards. I don't know if it sounds good. We might need to work on the marketing, but I'm sure we'll figure something out. Let's see, here we go. That one's stuck. We're going to work on this one.
Well, if we can get one of them, then we'll be good.
Yeah.
Although I must say, I do like the Super NES color scheme on that one. That one's real clean looking.
This one was, I think, like a $20 kit on Amazon. Nice and easy.
Wow. You
just pop it on there and you can buy this. And it comes with all the buttons, the shell, everything you need right there. 1 foot, 2 foot. There you go. If anyone needs to take a picture, there you go.
Oh, no, not exposed controller feet.
I feel like we've probably heard and seen worse in our time on the internet. So there are a bunch of guides on the process I'm doing, but basically what I'm doing is I'm just checking both sides of the controller back and forth. So it's the same on both sides. And you just pop out screws and you go one layer deeper. I'm going to show you a 3DS battery next, after I get this off. That one's still in there. Checking the time here. Okay, doing okay on time. Never thought I would speed run a controller.
Hey. Exposed controllers. Oh, no.
Is that the new marathon? We have stacked game marathon, exposed controllers marathon.
Yo, move over thrown controllers. We're here for exposed controllers.
Oh my god.
It's over.
I'll talk to the people at PAX and we'll set up our panel.
Coming soon to sadness near you.
Apparently. Seems fitting that on a day where we have so many moving pieces, there are pieces that are not moving too inside the controller. Here we go.
Because they're properly anchored, sir?
I guess. That's one way to look at it. Okay, that one is off. So this is a GameCube battery, or not GameCube, 3DS battery. Does it even say it? It does not. But this is the same battery as in the 3DS. So we can swap those out. I'm going to pop some more screws out here. I'm trying my best to keep this centered as I go. But the reality is that we had to move the microphone. Right? Or sorry, move the camera. So the controller I'm taking the stuff out of right now got really bad drift. And it actually just straight up, the controller broke. Nintendo was like, sorry, we can't help you with that, sir. And I was like, I will take this into my own hands. Literally. And screwdriver. Okay. Now, I can pop this off. another thing that we have to be careful with how we say. So they glue the controllers together. A couple of spots around.
All right, we got a new donation. From Coffee Conroy. With plastic being banned, Starbucks is running out of things to put drinks in.
Oh, no.
Now they're going to scream my name, and I'll have to drink my caramel iced latte straight from the barista's cupped hands while another employee strokes my head like a scared horse.
That conjures up the absolute best mental image.
That is... Honestly, can we get to drinking Starbucks coffee like that today? Because I'm here for it now.
I could go for a Starbucks coffee. So this is the guts of a Pro controller.
Oh, that is way more complicated looking than a GameCube controller.
I'm gonna let you guess as to why.
It's because it's way more complicated.
Yes. Well done. You are a good student, Bill the Fajita.
Nailed it.
You are a good student, Bill the Fajita.
Technically right.
Here, we got some
the
ribbons
best kind of right
in your hair. We could complete the cat Desu.
Oh, let's go.
The cat Yu Desu. All right. So now I have the top of the controller. I'm going to now get rid of this part. And we're going to try again on the screw over here. We're going to see if we can have round 2 of positive energy from the chat to get rid of this stripped screw.
Alrighty, let's summon the good vibes.
Played with it before I bought it. You know how you're supposed to study before a test? You're supposed to prep before a run? I did not expect...
Study? Who does that?
Never. I did not expect to have a screw that doesn't have a space to unscrew it. This is novel territory here. We may have to improvise.
Is this the Throne controller's portion?
Listen, if you want me to throw the controller, I could throw the controller. We are exerting force now. Oh no! It's actually stuck. I would have to get a drill bit for this, and I don't think that we're going to be able to handle that in time. So what I guess I'll do then is I'll show you the other half of the process on the one we just did. So I've been carefully collecting screws in clusters, just like these ones right here. And we would take everything we just did and then run it backwards. Since I can't actually get the piece out of here, I can't finish the next controller. So what I'm really quickly going to do then is just share a couple of resources and places you can find these things. So First up, Amazon, good place. Got this entire kit from Amazon. So it's actually really simple. You can even practice before you even put it on the controller. Pieces all fit together nicely. All of the other ones that I've gotten here, if you go on Etsy or on Twitter, you find communities of people. For example, there's a guy called the Button Bender who makes all these cool galaxy buttons. They're nice and swirly colors. You can find all of them on Twitter. If you go to one of the Etsy's, you accidentally fall down the rabbit hole where you end up unpacking all of these controllers. And the last one I wanted to show at the very end, now that we've hit the Throne controller, or soon to be Throne controller, once we switch the video back over. This is the new controller that I made that I was going to show off before we switched our plans, because originally we were going to do a little melee thing here. But it's nice green and gold. All of these parts were bought through Etsy. A bunch of shops on there. So just like you can go pick up some merch today as well, and some crafts from Madame Wario, you can buy yourself some custom controller parts on there as well. With that said, though, I think I'm actually gonna pass it back over now, and I'm gonna reconstruct the controller that doesn't want to deconstruct.
Man, I like that gold and green combo. It's just real nice.
Oh yeah, the green and gold is extra pretty. Do you know how much if you bought a new controller like that it would cost now?
Post all the cool stuff added?
Yes.
I don't know. You're probably looking at $150?
This one is worth $250 now.
What?
Yeah.
How much is that? Just like for the white shell itself, or just totally done? Because those are expensive.
The white controller on its own is worth usually somewhere between 80 and 100, which is why I think it's so important to like have resources for like how to rebuild these, because if you compete in like Super Smash Brothers or something, you spend a lot of money on controllers over time, and the prices are going up, not down. So being able to like deconstruct and rebuild it, like being able to do this and make this, starting with something that's like partially broken and fix it,
right,
saves you literal hundreds of dollars.
Right.
But anyways, I'm gonna rebuild this one, and I'm gonna find find the correct screwdriver to deconstruct that broken screw. But I really appreciate the fact that you gave me some time to show off the custom controllers. It's something I think is really cool, and I think as we're working on things like game preservation, and I don't know, maintaining the history and also the physical history of the games we play and things like that, I think it's really cool that we have such a large community of people making such awesome stuff. And it allows us to express ourselves while we play the games that we like to express ourselves in, which I think is really cool. So thank you, Odin, everyone. I appreciate you giving me a chance to show this off. Anything else? Any last words on these?
I don't know if you're looking for ideas for streams, but I would watch a whole stream of this. Like all the time. This was so interesting.
I have played with this idea. I also was thinking of you when I made that one. The nice
it's
one.
The Mets, baby.
It's the Mets, baby. You gotta love the Mets.
Gotta love the Mets. But yeah, there's plans in the future to do more of it. There may be a shop or something along those lines. I think for future SGMs, I'm gonna build a couple of these controllers in advance, and then I'll add them onto the incentives and donos lists.
Ooh, that would be sick.
Yeah, just ran out of time this time. But with that said, thank you so much, guys. I am going to pass it back over to Scoopsky over here and the rest of our commentary team.
Well, thank you again for showcasing such beautiful artwork. That's what I'm gonna call it.
I call it.
I would say so.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for your time. I have had a wonderful time being your announcer. We have made so much progress on our donations, over $660. Just wanted to thank you all for your time. I have been the Five Daddy, Thrilly Max, and you have been awesome. Our next announcer is going to be Sir Thomas. And the next block is going to be Wingspan. We've got a whole hour of Wingspan coming up for you.
Looks like we're live. I'm Tamon. I'll be your announcer for the next 3 hours. Alright, so coming up next, we got a Wingspan section. And while we're waiting, just a brief reminder that currently there is an incentive war going on for the board that will be played at the Mario Party Superstars playthrough in about an hour. So if you guys really want a board, make sure to donate. And just as a reminder, this year we are working with Stream for a Cause. Stream for a Cause works with nonprofit organizations to personally create sustainable programming, and to date they have created more than 70 grant opportunities. This month they are working with Charity Gaming, which is a nonprofit that provides video games to children in hospitals to help make kids feel like kids again. And our marathon goal of 15,000 would help Charity Gaming get 43 Nintendo Switches and games to help those children, so be sure to donate if you want to help out the cause.